Hello, everybody. I think that music might be a little bit too loud.
Now you're begging again. Breaking up shouldn't be this hard. I just want.
Okay, guys. How's the sound level of the music? How am I sounding? Let me know in the chat. Is the music too loud? Not loud enough?
Only way out is through. I promised you long ago to be a girl.
Hello, Newman. Everything sounds good? Awesome.
Though I tried and tried, it only made me cry, made me
Is it tad too loud? Okay, I can go change that. Is that any better? Because, I'm using this microphone, and it is a little bit more sensitive than a computer mic. How's that, Judy? Is that any better? Molly? Okay. How is it? Is it still too loud? Hello, Omega. Much better now? Awesome. Well, the whole goal here is not to do readings or anything like that. It's just to have a nice chill night where we could talk about different things. You want to talk about things going on in your life, what Father's Day plans you have. I'm even in my night gear just to be chill. And I've got my wine along with a full bottle right here. Okay, good, awesome. Maybe I can move the computer away from the mic a little bit. Puts me back a little bit further.
Breaking up shouldn't be this hard. I just wanted a friend so you can keep.
We can talk about anything. This is a free-for-all. This is free. What I mean is we could talk about anything. Stay notified about being respectful, things like that to each other. And now the computer's a little bit further away from me. I'm going to have to rely on my phone. For a minute there, I was able to actually read the screen. Oh, you're writing your book. Awesome. Omega, what kind of book are you writing? And I have both of my puppies with me. There's I don't have the overhead light on. I just have a lamp over here, just trying to soften the mood. The Daisy's right there. Dutton's underneath the desk. Get out of there, Dutton. Got both of my puppies here with me. Oh, there's Dutton. You can see the top of his head. Huh. Daisy's way off in the background in the entranceway. Daisy. Luna's downstairs because I'm in my upstairs studio. The only time I'll bring Luna up here is when Dutton is outside. They're just starting to get acquainted with each other because Dutton is just starting to calm down a little bit. And as I say that, he wants to climb in my lap. Huh. How big be? He likes to chase cats. The only cat he didn't try to chase was Daniel's cat. That's the one that recently passed away. Dutton, will you please leave my mic alone? Because she was queen bee. She would put him in his place. Luna's a pansy in a way. She'll run, and then he thinks, oh, it's time to play games. It's time to chase the kitty. So, hi, Dizzy. He's the smaller of the two. Actually, you said that he's a big dog. He's a Dalmatian. I don't know what you think you're into. Better not hit my power strip and turn everything off. He's underneath of that. Daisy, she's bigger than he is. And she's still a puppy and still growing. He's 55 pounds. She's 80 pounds. Hey, Soul Source. Oh my God. I love this wine. I don't have a corkscrew. I need to get a corkscrew because I would have gotten the gallon, but because I need a twist top off, I had to get I got two of these. This one is finishing the first one. This wine is great. Tap it with your shoe. Yeah, I was surprised at the price of it when I went into the liquor store. The snark. Oh, I had some snark today in today's video now, didn't I? About that teen mom. Well, my two pups, I know that they'll be ready for bed pretty soon. And I think that's kind of what Dutton is hinting to, because usually around now, I head to bed, but I decided to do a late night live. And let me tell you about what happened to me tonight. With my neighbor. We're going to change this song up. Is this the one that I want? Yeah. Yep. Nice chill music. So we have this issue with our next door neighbor, that they have a German Shepherd and they have a pit bull. And so I'm sitting outside at my patio table with my dogs. Now, the issue that we have with the neighbors is she blames my dogs when it's her German Shepherd that starts barking. My two pretty much mind their own business until that German Shepherd starts barking. Then they both dash over to the fence. Now, her dogs are always on chains or leads or whatever. She doesn't have a fenced-in yard. Well, it's her and her son, just like it is here. Me and my son. And actually, the German Shepherd is his dog. Well, they start barking, and she gets pissed at me because my dog's barking at her dog when her dog starts it. We've had words about this before. What she did tonight. Oh, I was ready to brawl. Oh, I was ready to kick some ass. Okay? My dogs are outside. And Daisy, she's still a puppy. I'm still trying to train her. Dutton will listen. I'll yell at, I'll say, Dutton, and he'll come running. And he knows I don't want him over there, even though, it's, and we own, by the way, 3 feet past the fence line. So where the fence is, it's in 3 feet from the property line. And there's a pin that proves where the property line is. And anyhow, this bitch brings her pit bull on its lead because their leads cannot reach the fence. It's way back. So her dogs cannot even come close to the fence. Mine can because we have our yard completely fenced in and secure. Well, she gets off her ass and grabs her pit bull and brings it up to the fence. And that and Daisy's not aggressive. She'll bark at another dog because she wants to play. That's what she wants to do. She just wants to play. Well, that pit bull was aggressive and scratching at the fence and growling and snarling, which set Daisy off. And I've never seen Daisy so upset. I've never seen my dog upset at all over anything, with the exception of the occasional thunderstorm, or the lawnmower, our perpetual lawn care in the neighborhood. But she just wants to run in the house when the lawnmowers are going. She doesn't even want to be outside. So what does this bitch do? Like I said, she brings the pit bull up to the fence. She has her phone recording my dog going crazy. And I'm calling Dutton, and I'm saying, C-O-O-K-I-E. Come get a C-O-O-K-I-E. And that dog, when she hears that word, she runs. Okay, because she wants that C-O-O-K-I-E. She wasn't coming. She just kept on snarling and growling at that pit bull. And this bitch is standing over by my fence with her pit bull. When I came around, and we have this big, huge bush, so she didn't see me coming towards the fence. When I rounded that bush and I grabbed Daisy, she turned around with her phone and was looking at her phone and walked away with her dog on the leash. So I sat outside for another couple hours. I'm waiting for the cops to show up. I'm thinking, okay, she's going to file a complaint because my dog was barking and growling at hers. And she's got it on video of my dog being aggressive. Well, guess what? I have a security camera, and it's right here, this room here, this window faces their house. I have a window up there. And at this corner here, we have security camera outside. And I'm thinking to myself, go ahead, bitch. Call the cops. Because they're going to see what you did. And they're going to see the pin. I'm going to point it out. And I'm going to say that she trespassed. If she wants to file a complaint against my dogs, I'm filing charges of trespassing with her dog on my property. Because we still own 3 feet beyond the fence line. I'm like, bring it on, bitch. Bring it on. And I'm waiting outside. I'm just waiting. And I'm messaging Daniel, my son, at work and telling him what's going on. And he's like, we have every right, just like they do. We have a secured, fenced-in yard. Our dogs have just as much right to be outside as hers. If her dogs wants to start barking, that's her problem. Her dogs instigate. And that move that she did She was instigating something right there. Some kind of dog fight or something like that. But there was a fence, okay, in between them. But her pit bull had its nose right up against my fence. And then I would have showed the police the footage. But nothing happened. Later, I guess my son has her son friends on Facebook, and Daniel messaged him and said, "This is what your mother did." And she was trespassing on my property. I own 3 feet past the fence, because there's an inset of 3 feet according to city ordinance. That the fence has to be 3 feet off the property line. So it just totally pissed me off. Yeah, she's trying to create a situation, exactly. Because she doesn't think that we should have dogs. Only she's allowed to have dogs. When we got our dogs, and I tell you what, this pit bull looks so small compared to Daisy. Daisy would have tore it up. But she ran away with her dog back, and she went into her house. But something was said to her son. And I'm talking to the other neighbor next door on the other side, which happens to be my ex's. And you know who my ex is, Soul Source. Anyhow, has to be my ex's cousin. And I'm talking to him. And my ex shows up at his cousin's house. Has something to do with him buying a car off of him. But I'm telling him what's going on. And he's saying, nobody in this neighborhood likes that bitch. She's been a bitch the whole entire time. And he was friends with her husband, and he told her husband one time, he goes, "I don't know why you married her." Yeah. Okay. Oh, I see. Who said that, glass in hand? Ah, Zebra Girl. And believe me, after that, dealing with that bitch over there, I wouldn't be surprised if I don't kill this whole bottle. And the sky is falling down, feeling like I'm gonna drown after all the love is gone. So what I did later on, I let my dogs out. Of course, the German Shepherd was out. And you know what? I did not correct my dogs. I let them go ahead and bark at that German Shepherd. I was like, there you go, bitch. You can listen to my dogs bark because you had to be such an asshole earlier. Okay, Dizzy. Today was the last day for pre-order. I am putting all the orders in on Monday. And they're coming from China. It'll take about 4 weeks for the decks to get here and for everybody to get them. Are you getting on the bed, Daisy? You want to come and say hi? Come here. Come here, Daisy. Or are you going to be shy? Come here. Don't tell me you're going to be camera shy. Daisy's going to be camera shy. Yeah, a couple months ago. Yeah, that was pre-order. Like if you go on Amazon and you see decks, they'll say, well, here's the publishing date. Pre-order. They put stuff on pre-order 6 months ahead. There were decks I've ordered that I had to wait 6 months for because they were on pre-order. By the time they come back from the printer and I'm at, Yes, I got a bra on, so don't worry. Even though this is my nightgown. I'm getting a little warm. Wine's making me a little bit warm. So how about everybody else? Went down the wrong way. Damn. What's everybody else? How's your days? What'd you guys do today? Oh yeah. Great Pyrenees will protect their family. They are known as the gentle giants, but if you threaten their family, what they consider their herd, because they consider like me and Daniel and Luna and Dutton her herd, she will protect everybody. That's in her nature. I've seen videos of Great Pyrenees chasing down bears. I saw one of somebody walking their dog, and there was a bear that was coming up on them. That dog chased that bear into the woods. That bear ran like hell. Aw, I'm sorry, Georgine. What kind of music? Where's Luna? She's downstairs. I don't know if you've missed some of my posts or some of my videos. I'm in a new studio. What kind of plants, Soul Source? And basically with this new studio, I'm actually in the upstairs office. Daniel's shit's over there, and I just yelled at him the other day that he needs to dust his own desk. I'm not doing it. He needs to clean his shit up. But he always was up here. But his cat, just the way she was brought up before I got here. I've been here since 2018. Okay, May of 2018. His cat had issues with using a litter pan, and she would just pee wherever. I had gotten her to the point where she wouldn't use the litter pan, but she was okay with peeing on newspaper. That got old too. And I started buying puppy pads, and she would use the puppy pad. But I would just have to keep on cleaning them up. But sometimes she would miss the puppy pad, and it would get on the hardwood floors. The hardwood floors are a mess. They need redone. And we have said that once she was gone, we will look into, Daniel said he will look into redoing all the hardwood floors in this house. Well, in this room, it was bad. There was odor. I scrubbed the floor after she passed away 7 times in 2 days. And I used a special solution for pet odors. Scrubbed it and scrubbed it and scrubbed it. Left all the windows open to air it out. Air fresheners. You know those Glade plug-ins? I got this vanilla lavender scent. And but now it doesn't smell. There's no cat smell in this room. I don't know how my son stood it, but he would come in here and play his games. Well, I had this nice desk set up here, and it was piled with shit. It ended up being a catch-all because I wasn't using it, because I would be downstairs in my downstairs space. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. for the super chat. Dan, thank you. Yeah, I've been wanting. I want to do some more of these chill. You know, I've got plans. I've actually got. This is what they call a content planner. I purchased this a long time ago. Never used it. Well, guess what? I'm starting to use it now. Planning out video ideas, jotting them down, when I want to do what. But of course, you know, news comes up in true crime, and some video ideas have to get bumped down the list a little bit. But anyhow, besides that, let me see. There we go. Besides that, so after scrubbing everything, I cleaned off this desk, got rid of a bunch of garbage, got rid of all the catch-all stuff. I brought all my tarot stuff out here. My tarot mat that was outside, and I forgot, and I left it outside in it, and I thought it was ruined. Put it through the wash, and it came out like it was brand new. Got it here. This is my recording area for recording my readings. And I got my big ass monitor over here, because when I'm editing the big, huge monitor, I can see what I'm doing a lot better when I'm editing my videos. And I've got my computer station all over here. And so I set my little workstation up over here. And I've got two sets of drawers. And I've got a hell of a lot of decks up here already. I still got a shit ton downstairs. But the ones downstairs will be the occasional, I'll bring one up. Or if I decide to switch any out, take a few back downstairs, bring a few different ones upstairs for use. But I still got plenty of room in drawers for more decks. So I've got so much space. And I don't feel crowded. In my old space, I was cramped in this small little area. And every time I turned my chair, I was knocking something over. But I just had, this is just so much more comfortable. The lighting. And here's the best part. During the day when I'm recording, a little note for people that record videos. Natural lighting is the best. And I've got a window up here and one over here. All kinds of natural light comes in during the day. And I rarely even have to put any kind of lights on to record anything. And I'm able to set up a professional microphone here. It even has one of these things. It just looks funky. I'm not using it. I might even take it off of this. This was my son's microphone. And I asked him like a week ago. I told him, well, I'm stealing your mic temporarily, but I'll put it back on your desk when you want to use it or whatever. He said he never, ever uses this mic. I says, well, I'm claiming it now. I'm using this microphone. But I've got everything set up here, and I've got this is a mega index card box. You know, you can buy this little small plastic 3x5 or 4x6 index card boxes for whatever you're indexing. That's my tarot spreads, and I create a lot of my own. And sometimes I find some on the books. But that's my index of different tarot spreads. And I have it divided in different categories. Everything from love, money, family, spirituality, hauntings, true crime. The whole gamut. And I have, I make notes of my spreads. on these. Like this is Celtic Cross, okay? That's my true crime Celtic Cross, and what each position of the Celtic Cross means to me in a true crime video. You know, so I have these all in categories in that box. I have that there. My tinfoil hat when I'm talking about conspiracy theories. It's hanging on my monitor over here. So, and I finally brought my crystal ball up today. So I'm slowly moving a lot of stuff out of the old studio, bringing it up here. The only time I'll use my old studio is if my son's sitting there gaming and I can't record. You know, because he's gaming. So I could record downstairs if necessary. That's my backup studio now. Okay, let me see what I missed in the chat. Because I've been talking. Hey, Jalen. I have been talking, and not looking at the chat. Hi, Rock That Body. Well, I'm in my new studio upstairs in the office. You know the story about Daniel's cat and what he used to do and how I cleaned this room up. This is my main area. This is my video editing area. And when I have to do face-to-face in my video software, over here is where I actually I'm using a tripod, put my phone in here to record the actual readings over here. But Luna is downstairs only because her and Dutton, they're just starting to get acquainted. I'm not comfortable with keeping her up here because Dutton will chase her and harass her. He's still a little bit iffy with her. That's just something that's going to take time. Oh, you went, oh, Dizzy, you went to a water park today. That sounds like fun. Hello, some of you newcomers, some new people coming in. Hello. I know I've been talking away. On a place in Hawaii. That sounds cool. Hello, Bewitched, Astral Lady, Jenny. Yeah, this is just a simple chit chat, you know. I know I've been doing a lot of talking. Luna's not here. She's okay. She's downstairs in the basement, Rock. She's downstairs in the basement. I'm upstairs on the main floor in the office. Yeah. I'm working on getting her and Dutton to get along. Who else is drinking wine with me? Raise your, or give me a thumbs up. Are you drinking wine with me? Iced tea? Coffee? Oh, coffee at, well, for me, it's almost 10:30 p.m. Coffee at 10:30 p.m. would be my thing if I was doing an all-nighter. I've done coffee this late before. Omega. Um, my advice to you would be to start researching creating YouTube videos and start watching them. Okay. Um, there is believe it, and I've even talked to Rock about this. You don't need a fancy camera. You can start with an iPhone or smartphone, Android, whatever you have, and you can record a video off of that. Then it's a matter of uploading it to YouTube. Editing software. iPhones come with iMovie. Or you could transfer it to your computer. Now, if you have an iPhone, it's easier to transfer to a MacBook or another Apple computer because you can airdrop any video files to your MacBook. Me, right now, I'm on my PC. I've been having some issues with my MacBook lately. Now, granted, it's a 2020, but I had something spilled on it. So since then, I've been having some issues here and there. I use my MacBook now as my backup. I wish I could just boom and airdrop it. Plus, the hard drive in this, this is a Dell laptop, and my Dell laptop is much larger than the one in my MacBook. For a Windows computer, I have something called iCare. iCare is, I paid for it. I bought the app or bought the software, and it allows me to connect up. My Dell has a USB-C connection, and I connect my iPhone up with its lightning cable, and I can and it comes up, and I could transfer files from my phone to my computer. Oh, that sounds so good, Rock. Strawberry wine. This is my other drink that's sitting on the table. Yeah. That's going to go back in the fridge. Because here on, for the rest of the night, it is wine for me. And before, I was just using regular glasses for my wine. I was cleaning some boxes out, and I found this wine glass. I'm like, bingo! I think it was Daniel's. Got it for Christmas with some kind of candies and stuff in it one year. And it's been sitting collecting dust. I snagged it up. I washed it up. I'm claiming it because he don't drink wine. Deanne, in my fridge downstairs, we have 2 refrigerators because we got a new refrigerator last October. The old refrigerator went downstairs just to be a spare or whatever. I have a whole case of these downstairs that I got at Sam's Club. Ooh, that sounds like a good book title. I started writing a book. I've got the outline, the whole theory. I got it all outlined and what the chapters would be. I've got the plot all worked out. I've got my characters worked out. But that's as far as I got. I have not developed my characters as much. My main character, I was hashing things out right down to her zodiac sign. But she's the only one that I've done that for so far. Big plan in the butt. Pain in the butt. Complained. Oh, there you go. Soul Source with the recliner. Hey, Soul Source, here's another thing. Oh, I was meant to find that glass, yeah. This is going to be difficult, maybe, well, not now, but I came this close to going through another weight loss surgery because I gained weight from being on prednisone. I'm not where I used to be, but I don't like where I'm at. I gained like 40 pounds. 40 out of the 80 pounds that I lost. I gained 40 of it back from being on prednisone. I was actually looking into, because my sister-in-law is doing this, going through a full gastric bypass. What I have found out was that in our age group, 50 and above, the metabolism is so slow that the sleeve is less effective than a gastric bypass. More people in their 50s that get the sleeve are more prone to gain the weight back. Meanwhile, the opposite is opposite case in the case of a gastric bypass. I started talking to the surgeon. I had a video conference with the surgeon, with the same surgeon my sister-in-law is using. Now, she's where I used to be. She's like at 240 pounds. I used to be there. I'm still just under, I'm in the 190s, and I don't like being there. Especially when I was in the 150s before I got put on prednisone. But anyhow, Daniel, my son, that I live with, has a new girlfriend, and he's been with her for about a month. He's there at her house more than he is here at home. And he met her through work. He works with her. She is also a nurse. Because he took on this other job in a skilled nursing facility because it paid double what he was making at the home health care level with that agency. So he met this girl. She's 4 years older than him. She has 3 kids. That's a story in itself. And he's probably going to become their daddy because their biological father actually committed suicide years ago. The youngest daughter, the bear, doesn't even really remember her father. But at any rate, he's over there so much, I am not cooking like I was. I'm eating a lot more solids. I'll get some already pre-cooked, grilled, diced chicken or chicken strips. And I'll boil some eggs, and I'm making a lot of grilled chicken salads for myself. And about a week and a half ago, when I talked to the surgeon, she asked me to get on the scale because she wanted to know what my current weight was. Now, to get a gastric bypass or any weight loss surgery, your minimum BMI has to be like 40, or you have to be 100 pounds overweight. I wasn't 100 pounds overweight, okay? And my BMI was actually 35.6. And so technically I didn't meet the criteria. But with my history of my stroke, put me at higher risk of high blood pressure. That dropped the minimum to be 35 BMI. So I was barely in the qualifying range, even with a health condition, to get a bypass. So she has me get on the scale. Here, I ended up losing 9 pounds. That over 2 weeks. That 9 pounds put me out of the qualifying range, no matter what my medical history is. My BMI dropped to 34.8. Just below the minimum. No, 34.4. I'm sorry. 34.4. It dropped a whole point. Yeah, all those vitamins, yep. That's what I'm going to keep on doing, because he's not here wanting his pasta and wanting to order pizza and all that stuff, and that is so tempting, because I love that stuff. And when he's not here, I'm not cooking it, I'm not eating it. Or when he wants breakfast, when he wants things like blueberry pancakes or waffles, French toast and all that stuff, it makes me hungry. And I'm sorry, when I'm cooking breakfast at 5 a.m., 5:30 a.m., I am too tired to bother with making 2 different breakfasts. So I eat what he eats. And eating pancakes and carbs and carbs and carbs and carbs wasn't helping. I ended up at a steady, like 197 pounds. Or 197? Yeah, 197 pounds. I wasn't gaining, I wasn't losing, I was just holding it there because I wouldn't eat lunch. When he was at work, I'd send dinner with him and I would eat a salad. So it just, because of my breakfast and stuff, it was just putting me, and when he was home eating all the pasta and him coming home late at night sometimes and him saying, hey, order Domino's. So I think in the past month I've cooked breakfast twice. That's it. The other times he's been at her house, because for him to go to work from here, it's 45-minute drive for him. For him to leave for work from her house is 25 minutes. Oh, that's my dog drinking water. I'm like, what the fuck is that? Her tags changing on water bowl. But anyhow, so I went from 197 to 188, and so I'm just going to keep that up, and I know and get that weight down. I have a cruise to go on in August, so I would like to lose another at least 15 pounds. You're a grilled cheese junkie. Rock that body. I'm a peanut butter junkie. That's the other thing that I've been trying. I've been weaning myself off of peanut butter. Deanna, I've been guilty of that too. But if I don't buy them and they're not in the house, I don't eat them. If the Sunny Boy buys a big bag, brings them into the house, I'm too tempted and I will eat them. Especially if he and I would sit down and watch a movie. But we haven't done that since he's gotten this girlfriend. No, I think we sat down and watched the movie once. And I made popcorn. We didn't have chips at that time. But I think I need to change the music to something else. Let's find another song. Here we go. That one's getting a little bit old. Okay. Yeah, well, yeah, that's true, Rock That Body. Stress will cause you to retain weight and gain weight. I know when I'm under a lot of stress, I binge, I stress eat, I munch, I pick, and that's not good either. Today for lunch, I had a protein shake. So I'm trying to get back to my roots from right after I had my surgery. I want to take off this weight. Okay. Oh, Laura, I'm so sorry. Oh, my prayers go out to you, Laura. I am so sorry. And see, I'm going to have some support here locally because my sister-in-law, well, she's not technically my sister-in-law. She's my ex-husband's sister, but her and I are still close. She still calls me her sister-in-law. I call her my sister-in-law. She's getting ready to have gastric bypass. And she's preparing herself, and I'm getting into that zone too. And when she's eating or learning to eat again and losing weight, I told her, as a support, you to me and me to you, we'll both go on that post-surgery diet. I know I'll lose the weight again. And it's not a matter of how much I eat either. It's what I'm eating, because I go out to a restaurant, for instance, and I bring 2/3 of my meal home and I eat it on 2 more times. My stomach has not stretched out. I had my surgery in August 2nd of 2020. You know, it's during the pandemic and everything. So I am approaching 4 years since my surgery. And I've gained 40 pounds back. I gained 40 pounds back 2 years ago. I have not gone over that 200 mark. I've stayed bounced all around in the 190s. Usually around the mid 190s for the past 2 years. Because it's 2 years ago whenever I was having issues with, and I found out it was Lipitor that was causing it. They tried to diagnose me with rheumatoid arthritis, but it wasn't rheumatoid. It was side effects from Lipitor, which is a low cholesterol drug. And when I quit that Lipitor, the pain went away. A combination of that and prednisone. They had me on prednisone for like 2 months. And it just totally blew me. I gained 40 pounds in 2 months. And I know I would still be in the 140s or 150s if it wasn't for that prednisone. Because since I gained all that weight, I haven't gained any more. I've stayed where I'm at. So it's not the amount that I'm eating, because I can't eat very much at one time. I can't eat a whole hamburger. I can't. When it comes to steak, 4 or 5 bites, I'm done. I can't eat anymore. last night I made some chicken and a side salad and a vegetable, and I sent leftovers with Daniel because he stopped back here yesterday. You know, I didn't touch the chicken, I didn't touch the vegetables. I ate the salad. After eating the salad, I was full. I didn't eat again until today. But, yeah, I do know what chemo does, what radiation does. A story of cancer in my family was actually my cousin, Daryl. Daryl, he is actually one of my spirit guides now, since he's on the other side. He actually had leukemia. And he was diagnosed in 2008. And he, from the time he was diagnosed, he lived exactly 2 years and 15 days before he passed away. And they say technically he did not pass away from the leukemia itself. It was the fact he contracted pneumonia. He did not have the red blood cells or white blood cells to fight the pneumonia because of all the chemo. And it was actually the pneumonia that killed him, not the actual leukemia. But I remember everything that he went through. But he talks to me. He's one of my guides. And I don't say this all the time, but sometimes when there's some really snarky shit that comes out of my mouth, before I can stop it, before I can control it, it's because it's Daryl. Daryl can be snarky. Daryl can be sarcastic. He's funny. He has a sense of humor. Even in the afterlife. Oh, that's good to know, Cowgirl. Thank you. Yeah. Yeah, you'd be surprised. When most people pass from cancer, a lot of people that pass from cancer, it's actually not the cancer that is the culprit. It's an infection of some sort that the body cannot fight off because of chemo. Because chemo kills all the blood cells in the body, white blood cells, and your body can't fight off infection. So even a head cold can take you out because your body can't fight it off. But Laura, I know how devastating that is to get that kind of news. And truly, truly, Laura, my heart really goes out to you. It really does. I know there's a way of making oregano oil. I'm not sure exactly how to do it. But I know it has something to do with infusing oregano into olive oil. Am I correct? Oh, you know what? I bet that oregano oil would be excellent on a salad. Could you imagine, you know how you have your oil and vinegar salad dressing or whatever? Could you imagine using olive oil that was infused with oregano with the vinegar on a nice green salad? That would be so, you know what? The wheels in my head are turning, you know that? Rock that body, more than likely you have more than one spirit guide. We typically do. I have one spirit guide is my lifetime spirit guide that's been with me since I was a toddler. He has been known to me as George. But he was an Indian boy, and I still remember this. I remember at like 5 or 6 years old is when I became aware of him. He would come into my room and he would play with me because where I grew up behind the house because I grew up out in the country and we had all kinds of woods, all kinds of hills and everything. Behind our house, there was an Indian burial ground. And I remember my cousins and I going up in those woods and finding arrowheads and stuff. But I had this Indian boy who would come and play with me. And his Indian name was really odd. It was like Midnight Wind. Something like that. Midnight Wind. But as a child, he came to me with a common name of George. So I always called him George. And I remember my mom coming down the hallway and coming in my room. And I remember looking at my mom and says, "Can you be a little bit more quieter when you come in my room? Because you scared George." She says, "Who's George?" I says, "He's right there in the corner." And then she kind of started being accepting of George, but she viewed George as an imaginary friend. And I remember sitting there playing with George. What was I think I had Cowboys and Indians out. Little plaster Cowboys and Indians. And those, remember the Lincoln logs, and I'm building little buildings and stuff. And George sat there and told me, "She doesn't believe you." I said, "Yes, she does." George says, "No, she doesn't. She thinks I'm a pretend friend." George has stuck with me my entire life. And he has aged in spirit with me. Because when I first met George, he came to me as like a 5 or 6 year old child. And we would play. And as I got into my teenage years, he was a teenager. Now he's an adult and he's still around me. But I also have Daryl. And I have both of my grandmothers. My grandmother Rose, who helped raise me, she is the alpha out of all my guides. And no spirit. And when I do mediumship for people, that spirit has to check in with my grandmother. She's like the gatekeeper. She's my guardian. She's not just a guide. She's my guardian angel. No spirit can talk to me without going through her first. They have to get permission from her before they can talk to me. And if somebody doesn't pass her test, she will say to me, sorry, this is a no-go. She'll say, this person, I will not allow this spirit to approach you. So I have a huge, huge protection around me. Hi, Linda. You know what? There's a lot of you in here, a few of you chiming in saying that you've never spoken to your spirit guides or contacted your spirit guides. I might do a workshop. I will make it affordable, like a Zoom session. I'll do it on Zoom, where we will spend an evening, like we are tonight, but on Zoom, not on YouTube, and do some meditations and see if we can't get you in touch. It's kind of like a guided meditation in being introduced to your spirit guides for those who have not been in touch with them. Okay, Cowgirl. Yeah, it'll be like maybe a $25 donation to participate in this. They would help me out. It would help you out. $25, something like that. Not some insane thing of $100 or anything like that. More like $25, somewhere in that price range. I would have to limit it to like maximum of 15 people or 20 people max, because it'd be to keep the energy at a manageable level, but I might do that. Okay, I will work on that to maybe set something up for in July. I have a lot going on now. I have to get my decks ordered. I'm migrating away from mysticgent.com. I think I'm going to keep the domain, but the website is going to be redirected to a Stan store, because the Stan store offers me so much more for a little bit less money than what I'm paying right now. The only thing that the Stan store doesn't have is a blog. I very rarely use the blog feature anyhow, because I don't have time. I always tell myself, I'm going to write blog posts. I don't have the time. And even with the videos, I would like to pump out more videos. But today's video about that scar on Teen Moms, Amber, it took me about 5 hours to edit. Because when I don't want to just sit here and be a talking head. Anybody can do that. Be a talking head and then do the reading. Sometimes I put sound effects, but I do a lot of overlays and extra what they call B-roll footage. What B-roll is, it goes over top of the main footage, screenshots. It takes time to get all that organized and planned. And on average, it takes me, on a simple video that doesn't have a lot of overlays but has some, it takes me 3 hours, because there's some things I edit out the footage. There's times where I'm rambling on and I think, well, you know what, this was unnecessary in this video, I need to cut this down. I cut sections out. Then I put in transitions, background music, and all. It's a big ordeal. That's why you'll see some people like Christina Randall, Anna Elise from 10 to Life. You know, some of these people, they may only put out 1 or 2 videos per week, because the editing. They may not even edit it themselves, but in fact, I'm pretty sure with the money they're making, they have a hired editor now. But even with a hired editor, those editors that are doing all the work, they're going to put in the same, like 4, 5, 6 hours of editing. And it's a lot of work. So, yeah, that's a lot of my day. We'll see how many videos I pump out. But at the same time, I also fit in YouTube strategies. I watch a lot of YouTube strategies, YouTube growth videos, and I even learned some more because the YouTube algorithm is forever changing. YouTube likes to change things. When you think you got the algorithm down, just like I was monetized within a week of doing true crime, and my channel totally exploded last fall. Then it slowed down and slowed down and slowed down. It's because the algorithm changed. And I've learned new things. That's why I put that post up that I'm doing different things now, that I'm changing things up on this channel, because old content that has no relevance to your niche, like my daily readings, all my zodiac signs that I had on from a couple years ago, zodiac sign readings, daily readings, weekly readings, all those videos are now gone. Boom, gone. Personal readings or private readings that I've done, I didn't delete the videos, but I made them unlisted, unsearchable. All those old playlists that are not anything true crime related, gone. I cleaned up my channel today. That was one of the things that YouTube's looking at, because what's happening is people are still coming to my channel for a daily reading, or for a Taurus reading, or a Capricorn reading, and then that's the only video they watch, because they see everything else, true crime, true crime, true crime. They're not interested in that, so they leave. There's no retention, and that hurts the channel as far as an algorithm. This is something that's just been coming out. So the YouTube algorithm is confused. So you get a few people over here that's looking for a daily reading. Well, you get a few people over here that's looking for what is Aries doing. And maybe they watch an Aries, or they watch a full moon in Virgo reading. But it has nothing to do with true crime. They're there, they don't subscribe. They're there for that particular reading, and they see the age and the ages of the reading. And say, oh, this creator hasn't put in a Scorpio reading out in a year and a half. That hurts my channel. It hurts my growth. So I had to get rid of all that content, so it's not searchable, so that nobody's searching for Scorpio or nobody's searching for Gemini comes to my channel. Only those interested in true crime. And I am a true crime channel. I don't have to have everything as a tarot reading. I'm looking for my next story off Storytime. I am going to do another one that is a narrative, no reading. So I'm on the scouts for my next one on that. So some of them might end up being hour and a half long videos, but I'm also looking at, well, maybe I could have story time then. Certain videos I could do a reading afterwards and timestamp it. Or if it's an old case, like say I want to do story time about Jack the Ripper, and I don't need to do a tarot reading on Jack the Ripper, and maybe I tell the story. That would be a story time, no cards. That's what this channel is going to be about. Any type of reading is only going to be true crime. So that's why I said anybody that orders a YouTube a personal reading from me, my YouTube recorded readings, I will do those readings, which tomorrow I have 2 of them coming out for 2 people that ordered them, but they're not going to appear on this channel. They're going to be on my other channel, my original channel, my little playground. When I feel like I need a change of pace and take a break from true crime, I'll hop on there and put up a video. It's not a channel that I'm going to constantly putting out content on, but it's something that I'll play with here and there. And that channel, I'm not even doing zodiac readings on. I will do my YouTube recorder readings for personal readings, and I will do pick-a-cards. It's pretty much all that I'm going to do over there. When I feel like it, when I have time, when I'm bored. But that other channel, I don't even care about the views as much. But this is the channel this is my baby. This is the one I want to see grow. Yeah, YouTube does have a lot of new rules. I wouldn't be surprised if this particular live gets demonetized because I've used the word kill, I've used the word suicide, I've used the word drinking wine, but that doesn't bother me. If they demonetize this one and don't put ads on there, I really don't care. Because I didn't put this one out for money, to make money on it. I just wanted to interact with you, my viewers, on a more personal level outside of the true crime. Thank you, Rock That Body. So, true crime and tarot, my 2 top passions. I would like to learn a little bit more about getting a hold of court documents, because you see Jewels of All Trades or Truth and Transparency or other channels, they get documents, copies of documents. I want to know how to do that. That's still something I need to learn, because I would like to do my reaction to court documents, especially in this Idaho 4 case. God damn. But the only thing I could do, like I did the one about the hearing, and I would like to know more. How do you go about these information requests? Is it like public document requests or something like that?
Come pick me up, drag me from the shadows, babe. Give me your love, you'll be my escape.
Thank you, NT.
Come turn me on, key inside the engine.
FOI. FOI. Freedom of information. Okay. You know what? That's a good idea. Drop might give me an answer on that. Other people, I don't think they would be so forthcoming. Because you know what? I don't have a problem sharing my knowledge. There's some things I'm limited on, like starting a YouTube channel I've been at YouTube for many years, and I could tell you all the things you need to do, but that's like hours and hours and hours. I don't have that kind of time. That's not my niche, but I've got the knowledge. But if somebody has a question like, how do I start? You know, my best answer is start with YouTube itself. There are a lot of creators out there that have videos on how to start a YouTube channel. One of you was already asking about that in the chat. It's fairly easy. If you have a YouTube account, it's very easy to start a channel. Like I said, you don't need any kind of fancy camera to even start. The cameras in these smartphones are so good now. Who really needs to go and spend $2,000, $3,000 on a high-end Canon or Nikon or whatever? Who needs to do that? You've got an excellent camera right here. Okay. I only hang up this is when I want to look up documents or look up information. That's why even my webcam on my laptop is not bad. So that's why I used it a lot for like this, or you see me with sit down when I'm talking and telling a story before I go into the tarot reading, because I need the freedom of my phone to read information or read, narrative. Oh, I would love that, Omega. Absolutely.
Come pick me up, drag me from the shadows, babe. Give me your love.
Yeah, that's true. It can overheat. That is true.
Key inside the engine, babe. Lead the way. It's okay. Front seat, calling shotgun lover.
Thank you, Georgine. I appreciate that. I really appreciate that. My glass is empty. Oops. Filled a little bit. Well, it's pouring, but that's okay. There we go. Yeah, I heard that they had a suspect in Rachel Morin. I'm actually going to be, I have to go to my parents' Father's Day tomorrow, 5 p.m. I have to go to my mom and dad's for dinner. And I have 2 readings I got to do tomorrow for people. But I was actually going to look into the Rachel Monin and maybe do, because I have covered Rachel. I've done readings on Rachel's case before. Oh, thank you, Rock. That's why I kind of wanted some kind of background music. It's pop. I wanted something laid back, but nothing depressing. Thank you, Donna. We wish that for you as well. Yeah, I know what you're talking about, the Insta 360. But believe it or not, if you're filming a lot outdoors, there are a lot of cameras that will overheat. My Canon I have a Canon camera, a professional camera. It overheated before on me outside. It's electronics.
It's okay. Front seat, calling shotgun, my lover. Driving through the city lights. Haunted by my past, I was certain
I have a GoPro.
I never see the sun.
Even the GoPro will overheat. Any camera will overheat if it's exposed to hot heat outside. Any camera. Thank you, Debbie. I try. I really try. Oh my. Figures. With YouTube. Wow. Oh yeah, real cold weather. I agree, Roseanne. I agree. Real nice chat. That's what this is supposed to be. It's supposed to be a social, casual thing. I'm in my freaking nightgown for crying out loud. That's what I'm talking about. Laid back. Wine, baby, wine. And guess what? I am buzzed. Yes. Oh, I'm going to sleep well tonight. OMG. Did you notice how quiet it was as far as DOGGIES? I bet both dogs are on the bed and they are out cold. They're both usually asleep by now. And I just realized, I'm like, where's my dogs? I don't hear them. They're not running around.
It's okay. Front seat, calling shotgun, my lover.
You know what? I didn't even. That's a really, really good point, Mary. That maybe it's the music that put them to sleep, that calmed them down. Because they were running around here like little lunatics. It's been like an hour. For like the past hour, maybe 45 minutes. They've been quiet. Yeah, I know that what the reason. Yeah, I can totally get the whole buzz thing. Any of you ever been curious why alcohol, after you drink so much, you're buzzed, and then you get to the point of why people get drunk? It's dehydration. That's what drunk is. Alcohol dehydrates you. If you drink alcohol and you drink some water, it takes a hell of a lot more alcohol to get you drunk. I love this song too. It's like it has a really nice beat, but it's not overwhelming, and it's soothing. Oh, really, Mary? That's cool. Yeah, my dogs they're out. They're used to being in bed by like 10:30 at the latest. That's typically, quite honestly, that's usually when I go to bed. I'll go to bed maybe 10 o'clock and I'll watch a YouTube video. And I usually don't make it all the way through a YouTube video. I fall asleep. It's like the YouTube video puts me to sleep.
Come pick me up, drag me from the shadows, babe. Give me your love, you'll be my
Yes, NT, they do have a suspect.
turn me on, key inside the engine, babe.
I heard that today.
It's okay.
And I'm going to probably jump on that tomorrow morning. In the afternoon, I got 2 personal readings to get out. Then go to my parents' house. And Sunday night, I'm chilling. And from what I understand, it was actually an illegal immigrant. And an illegal from South America, actually. I don't think it was Mexico, but I think it was South America. An illegal that came in. El Salvador. That's it. Here's the funny thing, Mary. I'm 55 years old. And there's been times where I've just been slightly buzzed. I don't drink very often, by the way. I was driving, I don't know, 2 or 3 months since I've had any alcohol. Okay? I've had this bottle of wine for about 3 months. And it's been in my fridge chilling and chilling and chilling. But in my lifetime, and times that I have been totally trashed, I could count on one hand in all my years of being underage and legal drinking, I could count on one hand how many times I've had a hangover. I don't know what it is, but I don't get hangovers.
Come pick me up, drag me from the shadows, babe. Give me
Oh, okay.
you'll be my escape. Come turn me on,
Yeah, that's my whole point.
the engine, babe.
I wanted to relax with some wine.
It's
If I got a little bit of a buzz, I was good with that. Which I have a little bit of a buzz. I'm not drunk. It's just gonna when I log off here, and my happy ass ends up in the bed, if there's room on the bed for me, because I have a 55-pound Dalmatian and an 80-pound Great Pyrenees. It is a king-size bed that I'm sleeping in. But Daisy thinks she has to take up the whole king-size bed. Oh, cool, Auntie. Yeah, this is my third Dalmatian. Some of you have not been with me my whole entire time that I've been on YouTube. My first Dalmatian, I grew up with a Dalmatian and a Great Pyrenees. Yes, both those breeds growing up. I still remember going to bed at night and being squashed. Boom. I have a Great Pyrenees and a Dalmatian. One on either side of me, crushing me together, right? Or if they weren't in my room when I was waking up and I had to get up to school and didn't feel like getting my ass out of bed, and I would close the door so to have some peace, my mom would open the door and the dogs would just, both of them come power and jump on my bed and jump on me and, okay, I'm up. And I would get up and get ready for school. But I loved my Great Pyrenees and I loved my Dalmatian. And then it was in 2020. Was it in 2020? No, 2019. We had gotten Storm. Storm was my baby. He was supposed to be Daniel's dog, but he was my baby. He was attached to me. And he was such a good dog. Very protective of me. Nobody could come near me. He wouldn't bite it. I don't know if actually he would. He probably would bite somebody if he was protecting me. But last year in 2023, in February, beginning of February, Storm got sick. I mean, he was fine. Then all of a sudden, it was like he was normal, and then boom, nosedive. Dalmatians there's a gene, and not all Dalmatians have it, but some do. They have a particular gene that causes crystallization in their urine. It causes these very unique bladder stones that are undetectable by a sonogram, by ultrasound. Cannot detect them because of what these stones are made of. And he ended up getting these stones, and one got lodged and blocked his bladder. His bladder kind of really got enlarged. He couldn't pee, and it put pressure on his bowels where he couldn't poop. Didn't understand what was going on, and it was really, really bad. And it started backing up into his kidneys, all in a weekend. Took him to the vet on a Monday morning, and the prognosis wasn't good. I was working, and Daniel called me and says, "Mom, we have to put," he took him to the vet. I says, "Mom, we have to put Storm down." I cried. And I jumped in my car and I said, "Tell him not to do anything till I get there." And I put his head in my lap until he passed away. So he was totally gone. And I cried. I cried for days. I was an emotional wreck. Daniel immediately wanted another dog. I didn't. Although getting another dog helped a little bit, but even to this day, I still miss my Storm because he was my baby. But a week later on Valentine's Day, because Storm passed away on February 7th of 2023. On Valentine's Day of 2023, that's when we got Dutton. I did my research. And before we got Dutton, I wanted to make sure that he did not have that particular gene that caused those bladder stones. If he did, I wouldn't have forgotten him after what I had just gone through. And I didn't know about this gene. I was not aware of it when we got formed. They have to have a very, very low protein diet because these particular Dalmatians, there's different stages of digestion and processing protein, and the Dalmatians that have this bad gene cannot process those proteins. And eventually they would pass away early anyhow. If it wasn't for the stone, it would be the lack of protein, and they would not have a long life anyhow. But when we got Dutton, that particular genes, or that and deafness, because some Dalmatians have the deafness. And what happened is that the Dalmatians, for show, they wanted darker, blacker spots. So they played around with the DNA of a Dalmatian. And what they ended up doing was creating this gene that has these side effects that some of these Dalmatians, they die very early on from these bladder stones, or a lot of them are born deaf because somebody wanted a Dalmatian that had a deeper black spot. Okay? But anyhow, Dutton's was in his lineage. That gene was breeded out with him because Dalmatians were crossbred with their cousin, the pointer. Okay? Pointers are very, very close to Dalmatian as far as their makeup. But they don't have that particular gene that the Dalmatians have. So it got bred out of him because they did a couple breedings with these pointers. And then they took the puppies from crossbreeding and created puppies from them. And for a long time, the AKC would not even recognize it as a full-blooded Dalmatian. Because it was a mixed breed. It's a Dalmatian mix because it was bred with pointers. Well, now, I think as of 2 or 3 years ago, the AKC finally recognizes Dalmatian. So technically, Dutton is a Dalmatian 1. You have Dalmatians and you have Dalmatian 1 as far as the AKC is concerned. So Dutton is a Dalmatian 1. It doesn't have all those horrible things, all those bad genes that some Dalmatians can carry. So that's how we got Dutton. And the thing about Dutton is he was picked out because of his birth date. He was born May 18th of 2022. When we got him, he was 8 months old. He was still a puppy. But May 18th is a very significant date for me. May 18th is when a major change happened in my life. It was May 18th of 2018. And my life completely changed. So when his birthday came up at May 18th, and I thought, that there was, to me, was a sign that was supposed to be my dog, be our dog. Dutton could be a pain in the ass sometimes. When we first got him, he pissed me off a lot. But he was a puppy. He's still highly hyper, but he listens so much better now because I've trained him. Now I got to do that with Daisy. She listens to a point when she wants to. But That date was very significant to me.
Come turn me on, key inside the engine bay, lead the way, it's okay.
Yep. Oh, you have a point there. Spelled backwards. Dog spelled backwards is God. Wow, I never even thought of that. I can't believe I've been live for an hour and 40 minutes. I don't even feel like getting offline. I know I'm going to have to pretty soon. I think they do. You know, because, and today, here's what's really odd. 3 different times when I addressed Dutton, I called him Storm. And Storm must have been around me because I kept on wanting to call Dutton Storm. Yeah, I have Storm baskets. I'm still downstairs in my old studio. I'm going to bring them up here in my main studio because I want his ashes right next to me, actually. I believe the same thing. I believe the animals have the spirit of soul also. They are a living, breathing being.
Come pick me up, drag me from the shadows, babe. Give me your love, you'll be my escape. Come turn me on, key inside the engine, babe. Lead the way, it's okay. Front seat, calling shotgun lover, driving through the city.
At this ungodly hour, I can't believe I still have 37 people on my chat. I believe in all syrup pet sauce. And I swear, when Storm came into my life, it sent, you know how sometimes a dog has a certain smell to them when you cuddle them or whatever. When he would cuddle with me, he reminded me of Cleo. Cleo was the Dalmatian that I grew up with. And there were a couple times I actually called him Cleo by mistake, and he turned to look. And I swear that was Cleo. It comes back. Cleo was a comfort zone for me when I was growing up. There were some things that I went through in my childhood, changes that I went through. And then when Storm came into my life, I was in crisis mode, and he filled a certain void. And then he passed away, and I thought my whole world crashed down. I thought when he passed away last year, I thought I'd backtrack. I went back 5 years in time to where I was. And then I wasn't ready to let go of Storm. The Storm spirit seemed to think I was ready. And I just fell back like depression, suicidal, all my old bad thought pattern. And so a week later, you know, Latin came into our life.
Come pick me up, drag me from the shadows, babe. Give me your love. You'll be
Yeah, they do
my
understand you. Absolutely.
turn me on. Key inside the engine, babe. Lead the way. It's okay. Front seat, car and shotgun, my lover. Driving through the city lights. Haunted by my past, I was certain, but now I see the sign. R.I.P. to the boys who never left me. R.I.P. to the heartbreak and the nonsense. R.I.P. to the boys who screwed me over.
Wow.
Take my hand, kiss me in the neon light. I want it bad.
Oh, that's really cool, Mary.
I never thought that it could deserve this kind of love.
Yeah, Bewitched. I totally yeah. My son misses his cat. As we've seen on probably on my community page, the fur baby that we had to have was asleep was actually Daniel's cat. It wasn't Luna. A lot of people start thinking that Luna was gone. It wasn't Luna. It was Midnight. Midnight was a royal, solid black cat. He was the bitch. He was the top of the hierarchy out of all the other animals in the house. Animals, cats, dogs are very intuitive. They're more in tune with the spiritual realm than what you think, what people understand that they are. They are more spiritual creatures than a lot of humans are. I mean, that's why some people who are not sensitive to spirits, but animals are, that they don't understand why their dog or cat is acting strangely, or why that dog or cat is their eyes are peeled to a certain corner of the room or something like that, because there's a spirit there. The dog and the cat see it and know it, but the human may not be sensitive and may not understand why their dog or cat is acting so weird. Meanwhile, other humans, they may be sensitive, like myself, and I'm like, yeah, you're right, there's somebody here. Yes, Luna, there's somebody here. Yes, Daisy, there's somebody here. You know, they know that. I've done that too. You know what, Rock That Body? I've had dreams. And before we got Storm, I kept having dreams about Cleo, the dog that I grew up with. A lot of dreams. And I thought that Cleo was back. I had dreams about Cleo being alive again, and it was my Cleo. And then Storm came into our life. To this day, I feel that Cleo was reincarnated as Storm. And she was my childhood dog. She slept with me. I mean, Cleo was, that dog was, my parents bought her, but I swear she was my dog. And she was there to comfort me in a time that I needed her. So she came back as Storm, and she knew I was going to need her. Storm was a year and a half old when we bought her, okay, in 2019. She was born only about a month before my life was turned upside down. Okay? But he came into my life, especially when I was at my lowest. And Cleo came back for a season. She had a particular life path, a particular life purpose, coming back as Storm, and specifically a Dalmatian to boot. Storm smelled like Cleo, acted like Cleo, had similar mannerisms. I mean, and clung to me. Cleo, when I was growing up, I grew up with Cleo. And even my kids remember Cleo. Daniel barely, because Daniel was probably about 5 or 6 years old when Cleo finally died. But Cleo was more attached to me than she was my dad or my mother. Doing the same thing. Everything about Storm reminded me of Cleo. That and I do not feel as Storm, nor do I feel as Cleo. Totally different personality. Storm and Cleo had similar personalities. I think that between Cleo, aka Storm, knew that their time, they got me through the worst. And Storm couldn't stay on Earth any longer and guided me towards Dutton. Dutton's birth date being very, very significant when my life got turned upside down. So everything kind of was synchronicity. Wow, that's incredible, Omega. So here's the deal also, guys, while I'm thinking about it. Here's the dealio. When my glass of wine is gone, I'm probably going to end the live. It's almost midnight here. Yes, this is a fantastic night. I'm going to do this every so often. It's not going to be like maybe once a month, twice at the most. Maybe twice a month I'll do one of these very chill, laid back, talk, bullshit with each other. How was your day? Just very, very laid back evening. I didn't want to come on here and do readings tonight. And honestly, I really didn't want to talk too much true crime. Maybe a little bit if it came up. Yeah. I just really wanted this to be a very relaxing evening. And I wanted to spend it with somebody. And who better to spend it with than my fans, my family. All of you subscribers, all of you followers, all of you that have my back, that are faithful to my channel, all of you, you are part of my family. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart. Thank you, Lady Rider. Yes. Well, that's interesting, Mary. You are your twin flame. Um, wow, Roseanne. Yeah, 153, 11:53, 11:54. It sounds like we're on the same time zone, Omega. It's almost midnight. But here's my take on twin flames. In all honesty, I do not believe in twin flames. And let me explain why. I believe in soul contracts, soulmates, things like that, but not twin flames. Because what a twin flame suggests is that your soul splits into two people. Okay? And what that suggests is that you're not a whole person or a whole entire soul yourself, but your soul is being shared with somebody else. I do not believe that in one bit. I do not believe in the concept of the soul splitting in half and put into two separate bodies. You are your own individual soul, your own individual person. That's why I do not believe in twin flames. Twin flames has not been a concept that's been around for very long, to be truthful. It's a relatively new concept by somebody that came up with this idea. Oh, let's take soulmates to the next level. Let's create the idea of twin flames. Oh boy! You know what? I wish I had a video of and I would put it on here if I did. Had I known we were talking about this, of all the money flowing. But somebody saw it as a money-making scheme. I could sell this idea of twin flames, even though it's a falsehood. But I could sell this idea of twin flames. On YouTube, it was created for views and for money. I guarantee 80% of the people, of the viewers out there, have no clue what a twin flame is. None. It just sounds good. But it's basically somebody somewhere in the ether, somewhere on the internet, created a lie. Created a fabrication and saw it as a moneymaker. That's all the twin flames are. Exactly, NT. Okay, when it comes to cusps, I'm not an expert. What I do, from my understanding, you could have a little bit of both astrological signs. Rock That Body can answer that question better than I can. She is an astrologer.
Come pick me up, drag me from the shadows, babe. Give me your love, You'll be my escape. Come turn me on.
That's awesome, Roseanne.
Inside the engine bay. Lead the way. It's okay. Front seat, calling shotgun, lover. Driving through.
No, this is to Laura and to everybody else here. I take great pride in my community. I feel I have one of the best, if not the best, subscriber base, followers on YouTube. When I do my lives like this, and I've always taken pride in this, and I've always promoted this, everybody having each other's back. I want to create a family-like atmosphere as far as everybody, we're all family, we're all brothers, we're all sisters in God. Okay? We lift each other up. We feel each other's feelings. We can sympathize with each other. And the flip side of that coin is we can celebrate each other's accomplishments. When somebody achieves a goal, we can all get excited and we can all feel that excitement. I feel very much a connectivity with everybody in my community. And that is so very important to me. Omega, let me tell you something. You have to trust your own self with your spirit guide. Here's what I want to say to you. I'm not sure who the tarot reader was that told you about your spirit guide. But intuitively, I feel like that is supposed to be a more personal journey for yourself. And that is a journey that you personally have to go down. Like I said, I am going to have a workshop on connecting with our spirit guides sometime in July. I can't do it right now. I have too much on my plate. But I don't want to see you misled. Any tarot reader can tell you, oh, this is what your spirit guide says. This is who your spirit guide is. Spirit guides don't work that way. They're not going to say, oh, this is what I'm about. This is who I am. Bloody blah, la, 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 la. No. Because a spirit guide is a very, very personalized situation. We as souls are meant to evolve and discover and meet our spirit guides personally, not through a third party. Now, it doesn't mean that your spirit guides can't talk to my spirit guides and my spirit guides talk to me and say, well, Omega spirit guides told me this. That is possible. The intimate details about your guide is not going to come through a tarot reader. That is only going to come through your own personal experience, your own personal connectivity to that spirit guide. Thank you, Laura. You know, sometimes, Laura, Sometimes the true crime scene can be very overwhelming, especially if you are an empath or sensitive of some sort. The energy, you pick up on the energy, it can really, you have to cleanse your energy, and it can really suck a lot of energy out of you and make you drained and make you tired. And sometimes it's okay. Sometimes you just have to chill and take a break from the true crime scene and do you to recharge those batteries. That is quite understandable. And the way, I always do a cleanse of myself with a prayer, sometimes with incense also. When I do these true crime readings, I use sage and I cleanse my whole space because I don't want any of that leftover residue from any type of reading that I do or any type of energy that I tap into. But I have my days where I need a break, and I will take a break. When was it? Maybe a week ago, I actually did a reading on my other channel for the collective, and it was so refreshing. Now, that's not where my passion is. It's not the audience I want to target all the time, but it was kind of like a release for me. It was getting out of the true crime scene for a day. Doing something different for a day. A change of pace. But as I kind of expressed with the YouTube algorithm, I cannot get out of the true crime space into a daily reading and post it on this particular channel, because YouTube's going to look at me and say, what the fuck are you doing? What the hell was this? This doesn't belong here. And it throws the whole YouTube algorithm off. So I just have to kind of go over and put anything outside of true crime on that other channel. And that's what I did. What was it? It was a daily reading. Still not exactly a daily reading. It was just kind of like, I put the date on there when I did the reading, of the energies of that day. But over there, I make no promises that I'm going to keep up with anything. I just post whenever the hell I feel like it. It's a no pressure zone over there on my original channel. It's just a release of energy. When I feel I need to take a step back from this channel, away from all the heavy energy of the true crime, and want something a little bit different, a little bit less heavy, I'll hop over on my other channel. If you're curious about what channel that is, it's at the @ Mystic Jen. That's all you have to search for. I'll come up. But I'll pop a reading up now and then over there, and it's just to kind of escape the true crime scene, even if it's for a few hours. For something different. Okay, I missed something. I missed something about Israel. Eek. Not really, because it's true crime related. There is a particular niche in the tarot industry that is specifically true crime. And so that is a specific niche. So no, it's not really confusing the algorithm. That's why I kind of have like a story time and then a tarot reading. Sometimes I just jump into the tarot reading. It just depends. But my channel name, you look at the @ symbol, it's actually Divine Pathways Arrow. That is the actual name of the channel. The title is Divine Pathways True Crime. So there is a niche for true crime tarot readings, news tarot readings, celebrities, and that's where I'm falling in. Now, I'm not limiting myself to just true crime. As you can see, I do a little bit of other things. I check in on the royals, right? It's like true crime and conspiracy. I check in on the royals. I've checked in on celebrities before. But as long as I'm sticking to a true crime theme, true crime is the main umbrella. Think of this, let's see. Okay. Let's use Microsoft, for instance, as an example. Microsoft represents the true crime community on YouTube. It's a big, vast variety. A big, vast umbrella. It's true crime. Now, there are different niches in true crime. Some people are like Jules, for instance. He's a reaction channel. Yes, there's a bunch of podcasts. There are some people I've seen a niche for missing people only. I have seen children only. But it kind of like different. You think of true crime as the main corporation. In that corporation, you have the accounting department, you have the HR department, you may have maintenance department, you may have customer service, you may have warehouse people, or different departments. So, to compare that to YouTube, YouTube is the corporation. The different departments are the sub-niches. Tarot, investigations, missing persons, conspiracies. Yeah, there's different departments underneath that main niche. I fall under that main niche, and I'm not the only channel that does this. There are some people that fall under tarot readings, but I only do celebrities. I'm more like celebrities that may be involved in crime. I haven't touched Diddy yet, but Diddy's on my list. I'm going to dig into Diddy here real soon because there's more and more shit coming out with Diddy. I did Michael Jackson because I felt that there was something more to his passing. And my tarot reading on Michael Jackson definitely said, oh yeah, there was foul play with Michael Jackson. Okay? So, when I get an intuitive hit, now there are some people, I will use an example like Alicia Wicker. She's not exactly true crime. She's not totally royal. She's not totally celebrities. She's a mixture of all three. You will not ever see on her channel a reading for Cancer or a reading for Aquarius or Capricorn. You will not see that. You will not see love readings for this sign or that sign. You will not see pick cards. She's not into that, just like I'm not. Alicia, her number one focus, I think, is the royals. And she started out with true crime, and she kind of led into the royals. And then she did a mixture of both. Then she started with a little bit of celebrities. One of the things she's big for is every week she does a National Enquirer. She goes to the current issue of the National Enquirer and picks things out and draws cards on it. You know, so even though she does true crime, it's kind of like a big umbrella. So oh, Diddy is a hot mess. Oh, there is so much time. The amount of celebrities, especially musicians, that are tied to Diddy is unreal. You know, I've been investigating this for a little bit. I have some notes, but it's not complete. I need to put it into a cohesive, comprehensive narrative. Because my notes are all over the place with Diddy. I need to organize them before I can actually start working on videos, working on a project for that. Good night, Mary. I'm actually starting to get a little bit tired myself. My wine is almost gone. No, I'm not. I'll save the rest of that bottle of wine for another night. But yeah, it is already Sunday. Happy Father's Day to all you fathers out there. It is officially Father's Day.
Come pick me up, drag me from the shadows, babe. Give me your love, you'll be my escape. Come to
You know that every day something else comes out about Diddy.
lead the way.
I mean, I don't know how anybody keeps up with this case with Diddy. And I look and I see all the information out there. I'm like, how do you break this down to bite-sized pieces? What I'm probably going to do is do a very quick, maximum 10 minutes of synopsis. The shit he's accused of. Very basic. Because a lot of people who is interested in Diddy, they already know him. They already know his history and his reputation. I don't think I need to go into Diddy's history. I'll jump right into. I'll do a little bit of background, bare minimum. But I gotta get all these notes together and see what's important and what is not. For me to give a very basic. But right now, with the amount of notes I have on Diddy, I can have a 3-hour long video. I gotta cut this way down. It's a part 1, part 2, part 3 maybe. But I think I'd be wasting my time. Because a lot of people have already been covering a lot of this. There have not been very many tarot readings on it, however. And that taps into another niche, another audience. You get the audience that's interested in Diddy in the music industry, who has an open mind for tarot readings, and that brings people in. I had even thought about looking at the Kardashians, but you know what? The Kardashians are a hot mess. I don't know if I want to touch them with a 10-foot pole. But I think if I dig into Diddy, I may have to touch on the Kardashians a little bit. Because allegedly speaking, supposedly, Diddy is the baby daddy of one of the Kardashian girls. I think it's Kim. I don't know who all these Kardashians are. But it seems like Kris Kardashian, Mama Kris, had a little bit of a role in the hay with Diddy, which resulted in one of the children. So I might have to skim over that a little bit. I really don't want to dig into the Kardashians because they are a hot mess. Good night, clever girl. Yes, Laura, thank you. And Laura, I want you to think positively. Even though you were diagnosed as terminal, you know God works miracles. Okay? We're going to hold you up in prayer. Absolutely. You will be in my thoughts. You will be in my prayers. And I'm sure the whole community around Divine, Pathways to Tarot, True Crime will band together and send healing energy towards you as well. I want you to stay positive. Take terminal out of your vocabulary and claim that you are a survivor. Claim that power within you to beat this disease that thinks is going to take you out. You're going to stand up to that disease. You're going to stand up to it and you're going to say no. In Jesus' name, be gone. I do not claim you. And that's what I want you to do, Laura. You're quite welcome, dear. But don't thank me, honey. I'm not the one to thank. Thank Jesus. Thank God. Because it is by divine hand that you are healed. And my angels, my guardian angel, my guides gave me that personal message for you. God bless. You are so loved, Laura. Loved more than what you even know. And just a little FYI. You think that I'm connected to spirit on a normal day-to-day basis. I am. And you hear a lot of people say, if you're going to do mediumship readings or messages from beyond, you should have a clear mind. Well, let me tell you, I do have a clear channel to spirit. And yes, unfortunately, I have to give alcohol credit as well. Because when I'm buzzed, I do not have the world in my way. I do not have any external influences to interfere and cause me to doubt my own intuition and the messages that I receive. I don't know what it is, but when I'm relaxed, at least relaxed, like I am tonight, I am a 100% complete open channel. And God is sending, and Jesus is sending his love to you, Laura. He doesn't want you to fear. He is with you. All you have to do is believe and claim it.
Come pick me up, drag me from the shadows, babe. Give me your love, you'll be my escape. Come turn me on, key inside the engine, babe. Lead the way, it's okay. Front seat, calling shotgun.
Okay, folks. This has been a wonderful evening. I couldn't imagine spending my evening anywhere else than with you, my friends, my family. The glass is now empty. And I said when my glass was empty, it was going to be time for me to go. It is 12:24 a.m. my time. Sandman is calling me. And God bless. I love you, Laura. I love everybody in this room. Rock that body. Diddy, everybody. But the Sandman is calling me. And my puppies are probably wondering, where's Mommy? And the wine has relaxed me enough. My eyes are actually getting heavy. I really enjoyed this. I will do more of these little chill evenings like this, where we could just chit chat, talk about our day, talk about what the issues that we are dealing with, lift each other up in prayer, thoughts, sending positive energy to each other. I will do this more often. And the love that is in this room right now is so overwhelming. I feel it. And I'm sure each and every one of you feel it as well. The vibrations are so high. Now, I even hate to end this live. I hate to do it because the energy is so high. But my guides are also telling me, you need to rest, recharge your batteries. I need to rest. I need to recharge mine as well. So, I thank everybody who has come in and joined in tonight's live and who has participated, who has listened to me ramble for the past 2.5 hours. And a lot of heartfelt conversations, interesting conversations. Really nice change of pace, isn't it? I love you all. And I will see you next time in the next late night chat and chill. Good night, everybody. I love you all.